Hello and welcome to What the F*** Just Happened Today, your essential guide to the daily shock and awe in national politics. I'm Joe Amditis. Let's get to it. It's Monday, September 27th, 2021. Welcome to day 251. Senate Republicans blocked a House-passed bill to fund the government and raise the debt ceiling, setting up a possible government shutdown this week and a federal debt default next month. The 48-50 party line vote to fund the government through December 3, 2021 and suspend the debt limit through December 16, 2022 fell short of the 60 votes needed to advance the legislation to the floor. Republicans refused to back the debt limit increase as a form of protest over the Democrats' plan to spend $3.5 trillion on education, childcare, healthcare, and climate change, which would be paid for with higher taxes on corporations and the wealthy. Chuck Schumer said after today there will be no doubt about which party is working to solve the problems that face our country and which party is accelerating us toward unnecessary, avoidable disaster. Schumer called the move one of the most reckless, one of the most irresponsible votes that he's taken in the Senate. He added, Republicans will solidify themselves for a long time as the party of default. Lawmakers have until midnight Thursday to approve funding for the government, or a shutdown will be triggered. Treasury Secretary Janet Yellen has notified Congress that they have until mid-October to act before the federal government can no longer pay its bills. Meanwhile, the House will vote on the $1 trillion bipartisan infrastructure bill on Thursday, which the Senate passed last month. Nancy Pelosi committed to a vote this week on the proposal that would improve the country's physical infrastructure after a group of moderate Democrats threatened to vote against a second, larger social policy and climate change bill, which Democrats are pushing through budget reconciliation. House progressives, however, have warned that they will not vote on the $1 trillion bipartisan bill until the House and the Senate has passed the $3.5 trillion reconciliation bill, which provides investments for education, health, childcare, paid leave, and climate programs. That package, however, has yet to be completed. Representative Pramila Jayapal, chair of the Congressional Progressive Caucus, warned that there are 60 Democrats who would vote against the infrastructure bill if the vote is held before the $3.5 trillion spending plan is finalized and adopted. That leaves Pelosi and her leadership team with 3 days to satisfy both the moderate and progressive factions of the party. Pelosi said, in order to move forward, we have to build consensus, adding, I'm never bringing to the floor a bill that doesn't have the votes. Moving on, the Biden administration proposed a federal rule that would modify the DACA program in an effort to preserve and fortify it against future legal challenges after a federal judge in Houston ruled in July that the program was illegal. The proposed rule relies on the Obama administration DACA guidelines and embraces the consistent judgment that immigrants who arrived in the United States as minors should not be a priority for deportation. Homeland Security Secretary Alejandro Mayorkas said in a statement that only Congress can provide permanent protection for Dreamers. Trump tried to terminate the program in 2017, which the Supreme Court ultimately blocked. As of March 31st, there were 616,030 DACA recipients in the United States. And finally, the FBI reported that murder and manslaughter rose nearly 30% in the year 2020, the biggest single-year increase on record. Roughly 77% of those murders were committed with a firearm, the highest share ever reported. Overall, however, crime in the United States is still below the historic highs that were reached in the early 1990s. That's all for now. You can find the links and sources for all of these stories on the main website. And as always, visit whatthefjusthappenedtoday.com for the latest news and headlines. Until next time, I'm Joe Amditis.